For Kruk's sake, swore Jack as he saw his opponent transpose out of the wild scene with a deafening, thunderous report. At the air rushed in and collided with itself to fill to sudden, inadequately force field compensated void's volume of vacuum. Komislov had had enough. He had scurried under the tables and bar stools to the outer far side of the Knoll Club. There were many spectators in a partitioned alley and plaza that were remote controlling quite large scaled models of technomancer automaton and vehicles that were infamous for their betrayal of all non-elder sentient life due to their links to their lingering enchantments. Automatons were strictly banned in most modern nations and city-states at that time because of this. The examples that were roughly 1/13 ratio, but instead of being self-aware when active because of preternatural elements being incorporated into their framework, these were simply powered by the physical steam and electricity that was enhanced to simulate better, more representative physical performance. They were not enchanted in any way, as this would have garnered the attention of Omnicore Alder Suppression Section of ACES in a plaza. "For the Confederacy!" yelled Red the Fox. Lurid green fiery explosions blazed into the harbor sky as Red depressed the detonation button with his small, furry-pawed hand. He and 30 or so of his contemporaries had decided that the pirates and outlaws that inhabited the Rogeport city would pay with their lives and the livelihoods of those left to live. The poisonous drugs that those smugglers had deposited onto the small islet where Red the Fox and many other macro-sapien and macro-elders were creating a better society had ruined many of their tiny offspring. "Hiroko Myraldix Diminol," bellowed the Xananor, the overlord. The spell that he had cast, that he had read with extreme reverberating deep vocal gusto off his meticulously inscribed metaphysical writ, was a powerful polarization incantation. It had the effect of compelling those who suffered its consequences to think the worst of all of those that they had previously forgiven. It made transgressions of the past the most pertinent thing on their minds. Everyone that was present, beginning with the closest, both in physical terms and in the level of relative esteem, would usually be the first person that a victim of polarization would attack. The tiniest things were all as if they had just happened all at once. Any recall of mitigation, compensation, excuse, or recompense was suppressed by the complex Vex, as were any feelings of guilt or doubt. The house band had always argued on the name for the group. Exivexus, Eupharmica, and Rubada Karma were the other names some wanted. Pent-up angst from affairs and touring made their last fight their last bad gig. Jack was immune to the overwhelmingly successful bewitching of the surrounding few kilometers.